Hey, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Desert Ridge High School in Mesa. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network. It's play-by-play coverage in the 2013 Cleats Classic Invitational. Another pool game this late afternoon, and it's the Millennium Tigers and the Desert Mountain Wolves. Sammy Reimer, the leadoff hitter for Millennium, and bear with us here in the first inning as we work on lineups. So we got them just as things were getting started here. As a breaking ball misses, and they count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Desert Mountain sitting at 3-0 in pool play. And there's a swing and a foul tip, and Reimer is out on strikes. And that's the first out. One away for Josh Rojas. Rojas starts at second base and takes the pitch for strike 1. Millennium looking for their first pool win as they went 0-2 yesterday. And they've got back-to-back games here at Desert Ridge as they face Desert Mountain right now, and then they'll have the Notre Dame Prep Saints right after this one. 1-1 on Rojas. 1 out, base is empty in the top of the first. Off the handle, this one fouled back and out of play, and the count moves to 1-2. Calvin Boyd, the starting pitcher for Desert Mountain, and he gets a nice breaking ball over for a called third strike, and it's back-to-back strikeouts here in the first inning, and the batter is A.J. Diggs. Diggs, the shortstop in for Millennium, and going after the first one, lines it out of play down the right side. And next one misses, and it's 1-1. And the next one inside as Diggs has to lift up the back foot there, and it's 2-1. Mike Tanucci, the first baseman, next for the Millennium Tigers. And a fly ball, that's out to right field. And it's put away in right field. It's a 3-up, 3-down first inning for Millennium. After a half, it's the Tigers nothing, and Desert Mountain coming up. David Greer leading off for Desert Mountain, and a ground ball to third, and a throw on to first base. That's in time. 1 pitch and 1 out in the Desert Mountain first inning, and the batter is Cody Erickson. So Greer starts at third base. Erickson bats second. He's the designated hitter today. Jake McAdams hits third and plays first. Goldfarb in right field bats fourth. Lucas Jacoby in center field is fifth. Luke Trott is the catcher, and he bats sixth. They pitch to Erickson outside for ball 1. Nicholas Carrera at second base hits seventh for Desert Mountain. The number 8 hitter, the left fielder Jeff Chandler, and then Corey Wheaton, the shortstop, bats ninth. And a fly ball down the right field side, but into foul territory. One out, base is empty in the bottom of the first inning as Millennium went 3 up and 3 down in the top of the first. bounces in and goes to the backstop. Desert Mountain 3-0 in pool play. They come 10-1 on the season. I believe 1-2 the count on Cody Erickson. The pitch bounced in, and it's 2-2. Give you the defense for Millennium. It's Sammy Reimer in left field, Aaron Diggs in center field, Matt Olgan in right field. And a swing and a miss. Erickson strikes out, and there's 2 away. The infield for the Tigers, Gio Lopez at third base, A.J. Diggs the shortstop, Josh Rojas plays second, and Mike Tanucci is the first baseman. The catcher, Nico Kaklotis, and Kyle Bradish, the starting pitcher. And Bradish has retired the first 2, and now he goes after Jake McAdams. And a breaking ball low for ball 1. Bradish with the fastball on its inside, and it's 2-0. And a pitch over the outside corner, a strike, 2-1. The 2-1. And misses low. 3 balls and a strike on Jake McAdams. The 3-1. And it misses for ball 4. So McAdams walks. It's a 2-out free pass to first base. And the batter is Jacob Goldfarb. Well, the first one of Goldfarb misses for a ball. The 1-0. It's high. 2 balls and no strikes. 2 outs and a runner at first base. Bottom of the first inning and no score. Bradish with the set of the pitch. It's inside, and it's 3-0.
Come on, Kyle, let's play some catch.
Now the set of the 3-0. And that misses for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk, and Goldfarb is aboard. He'll push McAdams to second base. And with 2 outs, the batter is Lucas Jacoby. And Jacoby going after the first one, fouls it out of play on the first base side. McAdams with the leadoff second, Goldfarb with the leadoff first, and time called. The 1-strike pitch. And a breaking ball hit on the ground, and that's under the glove of the third baseman into left field. McAdams waved around. The throw is going to go, I guess, behind the runner at second base. And everybody's safe, and it's an RBI single for Lucas Jacoby. And Desert Mountain has one in the bottom of the first inning. They lead Millennium 1-0. Yeah, Luke Trotter, the catcher for the Wolves. First pitch outside for ball one. The 1-0 pitch. Runner from second base takes off, and the throw goes into left field. And that'll be another run for Desert Mountain. So Gold Farm took off on his own there because Jacoby was not following going to second. It's a stolen base and then an E2. And also on the error, it allows Jacoby to go to second base. So it's 2 across for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the first inning. They lead Millennium 2-0. And a swing and a miss from Trotta. Look back in the pitch. Bounced in. Now the set in the pitch. Yeah, that misses. Now it's 3-2. 3-2 on Trotta with a runner at second. 2 outs and 2 runs in. And the 3-2. Popped up in foul territory, but playable for the catcher. Cleats there. And he puts it away for the final out in the Desert Mountain first inning. But the Wolves score a couple of runs. They do it on 1 base hit. A couple of walks in the inning, plus an error. There was 1 runner left on, and after 1 inning of play, it's Desert Mountain 2 and Millennium 0. Mike Tanucci, the first baseman for Millennium, takes strike 1. It's Tanucci to lead it off here in the second inning. The 1-strike pitch. Pretty close, called a ball, and it's 1-1. So we've got the lineup set now for Millennium. And we'll get that to you here as the 1-1 pitch is on the way. And that's inside, 2-1. So we got the first 3 hitters in the first inning. Reimer leading off in left, Rojas at second, batting second, Diggs the shortstop hitting third, and now Tanucci, the first baseman, hits fourth as that pitch is a strike, and it's 2-2. Then Nico Cleats, the catcher, is fifth. Aaron Diggs in center field bats sixth. Pop up first base side, and that is going to be right up against the fence, and it is caught, and Tanucci is retired. Glad we're able to give you that shot there. You can see we've got the top of a canopy kind of in our way down the first base side. There's only 5 rows of bleachers behind home plate here at Desert Ridge. And then for the people working at the scores table, they've got the canopy up there, so they're in shade. They're sitting out in the elements all day. And so we get most of the field, but some of it gets blocked off a bit. First pitch over for a strike to Cleats. The next one is inside, and it's 1-1. Now the 1-1 pitch. On the inside corner, a strike, and it's 1-2. Anyway, the bottom third of the order for Millennium then. Seth Nash, the DH, is 7th. Matt Olgan in right field is 8th. Gio Lopez, the number 9 hitter, he plays third base. Next pitch low, and it's 2-2. Base is empty, 1 out. Top of the second inning, Millennium trailing Desert Mountain 2-0. And the 2-2. And a breaking ball. Able to lay off, and the count runs full. The 3-2. And a ground ball. to short. Wheaton on to McAdams at first base, and a 6-3 groundout. Retires the Millennium catcher, 2 away for Aaron Diggs. The first one to Diggs, over for a strike. The 0-1, that's fouled off. And it's 0-2. And this one popped up. Might be playable, and it is, but off the glove of Trotta. Boyd to the wind in the 0-2. And that's hit down into right field, and it's a fair ball, and it'll be a base hit. First base runner of the game for Millennium, as Diggs is on at first base, and it brings up Seth Nash. Runner goes, and the ball is popped up, and this will be out of play. No balls and a strike on Seth Nash, with Diggs aboard at first base and 2 outs. Throw to first and the runner back. Close there on the 0-1, but call the ball, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch, that's over for a strike, and it's 1-2. One and two on Nash. The runner goes, the pitch high, the throw to second base, late off the glove, and that's going to slide into shallow right center field, and the runner will stop at third base. So a stolen base, and then an error moves the runner to third. 2-2 the count on Nash. And a ground ball to short. And that's misplayed there by Wheaton. And Millennium gets a run in the third. So an E6, back-to-back errors now for Desert Mountain, and the Tigers score the top inning to make it 2-1. And with Nash aboard at first base, the batter is Matt Olgan. Olgan takes the first one for a ball. And the next pitch misses low, 2-0. Runner at first base with 2 outs, a run in for the Tigers in the second inning. They trail 2-1. And a pitch over for a strike, and it's 2-1. And a ground ball, first base side, but foul. Two balls, two strikes on Olgan. And a breaking ball high, and it's 3-2. And a foul ball that'll get out of play on the right side. Three balls, two strikes. The runner at first base, Nash, went with the last pitch. He'll go again here. And a pop-up first base side in foul territory. Might have some room over there. Yep, that's going to get just out of reach. A couple of 3-2 pitches fouled off by Olgan. And over the inside corner, a called third strike. And the side retired, but Millennium scores a run here in the second inning. After an inning and a half, they trail Desert Mtn 2-1. Bottom of third of the order, Nicholas Carrera going after the first one, and it's a fly ball to left field. Reimer coming in and able to squeeze it for the first out. So one pitch and one out in the second inning. And the batter, Jeff Chandler. And a swing and a miss for a strike. Now 1-1 the count. One out of the base is empty in the bottom of the second. Wolves leading the Tigers 2-1. And a breaking ball misses 2-1. Now the 2-1 pitch. And that's just low for ball three, 3-1. Ball fouled off, 3-2 now the count. Three and two on Jeff Chandler. Corey Wheaton, the shortstop, next for the Wolves. And that fouled out of play on the first base side. And a swing and a miss as Chandler strikes out. And there's two away for Corey Wheaton. And the first 1-2, Wheaton outside for ball one. To the wind, the 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. And that ball hits out into right center field. And a headfirst slide safely into second base. A 2-out double for Corey Wheaton. And he's in at second with 2 away for David Greer. Greer grounded out his first time up. And the first one, a fastball inside for ball 1. And the next one is outside, 2 balls and no strikes. And the 2-0 pitch. That's outside, 3 balls and no strikes. Cody Erickson next for Desert Mountain. The 3-0. And that's over for a strike, and it's 3-1. The set and the 3-1. And that's over for a strike, 3-2. The set, the 3-2. And a line shot into right field. And that's a fair ball, and that'll bring home Wheaton. Greer will stop at second base, so he trades spots with his teammate. It's an RBI double. And Desert Mountain gets the run back that they gave up in the top of the second. It's back to a 2-run lead. It's 3-1. Base with 2 outs, a run in now for Desert Mountain, and the batter is Cody Erickson. And Erickson hits a fly ball to left field. Reimer going back and able to run under it to make the catch. And the side is retired. 1 run on 2 hits, 1 left after 2. Desert Mountain leads Millennium 3-1. 9-1-2 in the order for Millennium. And Gio Lopez with a ground ball. And Greer throws to McAdams. And the leadoff man retired. One away for Sammy Reimer. And the first one bounced in for a ball. Reimer struck out swinging to start the ball game. The 1-0 pitch. That's off the plate on the first base side, but it rolls into foul territory. One ball, 1 strike. Base is empty with 1 out in the third. And a breaking ball high, 2-1. Boyd with the 2-1 pitch, and that's hit down the left field line, but foul. And the count moves to 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes on Reimer. Josh Rojas next for Millennium. And the 2-2 pitch. That one maybe slipped out there. 3-2 the count. And the 3-2. Yeah, that one sliced foul and out of play. Yeah, that one pulled foul on the first base side. So Reimer spreading foul balls all over the complex here. Boyd shakes off a sign. Now pitch number 8 of the at-bat, and it's a breaking ball, and it's hit on the ground over toward first base, grabbed by McAdams. And the throw to Boyd covering retires Reimer. 3-1 on the putout. And with 2 away, the batter is Josh Rojas.
Second one or first? You're supposed to be playing right now.
The first pitch to Rojas misses for ball 1. Josh was called out on strikes in the first inning. And a high pop-up. This is into shallow left. Chandler charging in and cannot get it. And then no play to second base. Good hustle for Rojas as he's running full speed. But definitely a catchable fly ball in left field, and if you're a Desert Mountain, you for sure want to make that play out there to finish the inning. Instead, Millennium gets a runner to second base with 2 outs, and the batter is A.J. Diggs. And that's a fly ball out to right field, sending Goldfarb back. But he's there to make the play, and they decide retired. The misplay in left field does not hurt. And Millennium cannot take advantage. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third. Tigers trailing the Wolves 3-1. 3, 4, and 5 in the order for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the third as Jake McAdams takes ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. It's a foul ball, and it's 1-1. McAdams walked and scored his first time up. He leads off the Desert Mountain third inning. Jake Armstrong. The 1-1 pitch. Boy, that's a called strike. And it's 1-2. Adams steps out, now back in there. And the 1-2. And a high pop up, but this is foul and out of play. Desert Mountain trying to complete a perfect 4-0 in pool play. And a chance of assuring themselves a top spot and potentially the #1 spot. As the breaking ball is outside, and it's 2-2. But still some work to be done, and Millennium still got a chance to move up here. If they can come back in this one, and they've got Notre Dame right after. And a breaking ball hits McAdams. And he's aboard to start the Desert Mountain third inning. It brings up Jacob Goldfarb. Goldfarb in and ready as the runner goes, and Goldfarb is hit by the pitch. So back-to-back hit batters, and the table is set here for Desert Mountain in the third inning. The batter will be Lucas Jacoby. Goldfarb aboard on the hit by pitch, walked and scored his first time up. For Jacoby, an RBI single in the first inning. And time called from the Millennium dugout. In the bottom of the third, it's 3-1 Desert Mountain. Jacoby going after the first one, fouls it off. Now the set from Bradish. Looks back to second base in the 0-1. And a ground ball, just foul outside third base, and it's 0-2. The ball bounced in there. Runner going to try for third base, and the throw goes to third, but no tag over there, and moves a runner up 90 feet. One and two, the count on Lucas Jacoby, the Desert Mountain center fielder. We got runners at the corners with nobody out in the home half of the third. The runner from first. Goldfarb taken off, but Jacoby fouls the ball out of play. 3-1 Desert Mountain. The Wolves scored 2 in the bottom of the first inning, got 1 in the bottom of the second. Millennium's lone run came in the top of the second inning. And Bradish steps off. Jacoby waving the bat back and forth, now ready, and the pitch. It's outside, and it's 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes the count. And the pitch. And a ground ball over to third. And they go to second base for the out there. Oh, they're going to call runner interference out at second base. And that'll be the second out. So they get 2 outs there. A run is in, though, as McAdams scores to make it 4-1. Desert Mountain head coach Brian Stevenson out to talk to the base umpire who called the runner interference out at second. So Goldfarb forced 5-4. And then as he slides in at second base, the base umpire saying that he made contact with the second baseman Rojas and calls runner interference. So Jacoby out. on the runner interference, but the run is in to make it 4-1, but now 2 outs and the base is empty for Luke Trotta. And Trotta fouls the first one out of play. And the next pitch drops over for a strike. And it's 0-2. Trotta popped out to the catcher to end the inning. Another pop-up and maybe a chance here again. Not maybe a ton of communication. Bradish waiting for his catcher to call him off, but he never did. And so Kyle Bradish makes the catch, and the side is retired. Desert Mountain gets a run in the third, though, and after 3, they lead 4-1. Mike Tanucci going after the first one, a ground ball. Foul just outside third base. And it's strike one. Tanucci fouled out to McAdams in the second inning. And the next one bounces in, and it's 1-1. The 1-1 pitch. And it's high, 2-1. Tanucci lays off the pitch, 3-1 the count. And then misses for ball 4. So a leadoff walk for the Tigers starts the fourth inning. Now Nico Keklutis, the Millennium catcher. And he hits the ball pretty well out to left center field, but that's playable out there by the center fielder, Jacoby, there for the catch. So a fly out. The first out of the Millennium fourth, and the batter is Aaron Diggs. 4-1 Desert Mountain. Millennium batting in the top of the fourth. And the first pitch high for ball 1. Diggs with a base hit and a run, his first time up. And the fastball inside, 2 balls and no strikes. The 2-0 pitch. Over for a strike, and it's 2-1. Check in and out of set of the 2-1 pitch. A fastball high, 3-1. The 3-1 and a pop-up in the infield. Wheaton, the shortstop, calling for it. And he's got it for the second out. Now 2 away for Seth Nash. Nash reached on an error his first time up. The runner going, another ground ball to short, backhanded here, and they throw across the diamond. That's in time as Wheaton throws out Nash, and Millennium's done in the fourth inning. They get a leadoff walk, but the runner is stranded at first base. And in the middle of the fourth, Millennium trails Desert Mountain by a score of 4-1. Bottom third of the order for Desert Mountain for the second time in 3 innings, and Nicholas Carrera takes strike 1. And the 0-1 is lifted to the right side into a shallow right field. And the play made over there, and the leadoff hitter retired in the bottom of the 4th. And 1 out for Jeff Chandler. And Chandler with a swing and a miss. He struck out his first time up. Trying to get things started for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the 4th inning. The 0-1. And that's bounced in. 1 ball and 1 strike. Bradish to the line, the 1-1. And a breaking ball over for a strike, and it's 1-2.
It's like, never realized he's only strong. He was strong when he was 8 years old.
The 1-2 pitch. On the handle, and just off the glove of Bradish, and still in time at first base. So Rojas charging in and got the throw on to first base. 1-4-3 on the putout of Chandler. And there's 2 away for Corey Wheaton. Wheaton with a double and a run his last time up. Fouls the first one off for strike 1.
But you get the bye. So the noon game is the 5 through 12. That's it. You play a winner. Yeah, you'll play the winner of the 8-9.
And a ground ball to Rojas. And it's on to first base. And the side retired. Desert Mountain goes quiet in the bottom of the 4th inning. After 4, they still lead Millennium 4-1. Eight, 9, and 1 in the order for the Tigers in the 5th inning. Matt Olgan takes ball 1. And that pitch over the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. The wide and the 1-1 pitch. A breaking ball inside and low, 2-1. Pitch outside, 3-1 now to Olgan, leading off for the Tigers in the 5th. Gio Lopez, Sammy Reimer to follow. The 2-1. And that one just foul on the first base.
Vivi and I were sitting on the bleachers talking, and one came like within inches of me, and he caught it. And now he's a freaking NBA basketball star, but he saved me from a foul ball when I was like 14. I remember. Did you walk between a catch game or something? That was it. I think that was it. Diablo too, wasn't it? No.
3 balls, 2 strikes his first time up. A ground ball this time over to the right side. And Carrera to McAdams for the first out in the 5th. One out for Gio Lopez. And Lopez takes a strike at the knees. The 0-1 pitch and a ground ball on the first base side, grabbed by McAdams, and he'll tap the bag at first. And there's 2 away. Sammy Reimer 0 for 2 today, trying to get things started with 2 outs for the Tigers. And a ground ball to second base. Carrera gets an easy hop and on to first base, and it's 3 ground ball outs in the 5th for the Tigers. We move to the bottom of the 5th. Millennium trails Desert Mountain 4-1. Top of the order for Desert Mountain in the 5th inning. And David Greer takes ball 1. Greer, Erickson, and McAdams for Desert Mountain. The 1-0. And that's over for a strike. It's 1-1. Greer with a ground out in the 1st, an RBI double in the 2nd. Well, that looked pretty good, but called a ball, and it's 2-1. The 2-1 pitch. And that's lined out of play on the right side. It's 2-2. It may not have gotten out of play, but it was for sure foul. It's a big foul territory area here at Desert Ridge. The 2-2 pitch. And another one fouled off. Two and two on Greer with Erickson and McAdams next for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the 5th. And the pitch inside. It's 3-2. Bradish to the wind in the 3-2. And a fly ball hit well out to right center. Diggs going back. And he won't get to it as it bounces up to the warning track. And Greer on his way to third base. And he'll be in there, a leadoff triple for the Wolves in the 5th inning. So great chance for Desert Mountain to for sure add a run as they get one to runner to third base with nobody out. And Millennium will bring the infield in on the grass as Cody Erickson will get the first chance to try to bring the runner in. Erickson a strikeout and a flyout in 2 at-bats. First one, a high pop-up into foul territory. And just down to the reach of Tanucci and Rojas. Desert Mountain trying to finish perfect in pool play. And at the very least, they'll be a top 4 seed going into the elimination brackets tomorrow. And a breaking ball that misses, and it's 1-1. Bradish with the set of the 1-1. And a ground ball, that's foul. Count now a ball and 2 strikes on Cody Erickson. As I said, Desert Mountain has really been rolling along. I think they came into tournament play 7-1. And so 3 wins so far in the tournament puts them at 10-1 on the year. And a breaking ball off the glove of the catcher, Ludus, and Greer will score on the wild pitch. And the count goes to 2-2. So Erickson will try to get it started here with the bases empty, but nobody out in the fifth. The run in makes it 5-1.
Isn't he always? Exactly. Sorry, Toad.
And the 2-2. And that ball tomahawked out to left field, going back to left fielder there, Reimer. And he makes the catch. So Erickson with a deep ball to left field, put away for the first out, and now the batter is Jacob McAdams. And McAdams going after a breaking ball, fouls it off down the right field side.
I have to tell myself that every single time I leave. How many bajillion years old are you going to invite him for dessert? I'm gonna. Varsity dessert.
Bradish with a one-strike pitch. And this one fouled back, and this one will get behind the seats and out of play, and it's 0-2. McAdams with a walk and a run in the first. He was hit by a pitch and scored again in the third. And a breaking ball is up and in for a ball, 1-2. One out, base is empty. A run in for Desert Mountain in the bottom of the fifth. The Wolves lead the Tigers 5-1. And a called third strike on McAdams, and he's the second out in the fifth inning. Third strikeout of the game for Kyle Bradish, and now he goes after Jacob Goldfarb. Goldfarb with a walk and a run in the first, then he was hit by a pitch in the third. And the first pitch is low for ball one. The line and the 1-0 pitch. On the outside corner, a strike. It's 1-1. Well, this game delayed, the start time of it anyway, delayed, and it's because the entire schedule has been off since the start today. As the breaking ball is near the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 1-2. So 10 o'clock game scheduled this morning here at Desert Ridge, and there were no umpires. They didn't get here until about 11:40, and so we've been way behind all day long. 2-2 now. They count on Goldfarb. With two outs and the bases empty, a run in for Desert Mountain, and they lead 5-1. And the 2-2. And that's high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. The wind and the 3-2. And that's off the end of the bat. And fouled out of play. Goldfarb back in there. Bradish ready as he goes to the wind. Another 3-2. And that one nowhere close for ball 4. So Goldfarb walks. That's the third straight time he's been on base. And it brings up Lucas Jacoby. And Jacoby knocks the first one out of play. Lucas with an RBI single in the first inning. And then he was out on a runner interference in the third. Close over there at first base, but the runner back. And the runner goes. The pitch bounced in there, and no chance for Cleats, the catcher, to do anything with it. It's a steal for Gold Farm. One ball, one strike on Jacoby. Now a runner in scoring position for the Wolves. The 1-1. And a ground ball. Bobbled, but picked up, and the throw on to first base. And the side is retired. A 5-3 ground out. Ends the Desert Mountain fifth. They get another run on one base hit, and they leave one through 5 innings of play. It's Desert Mountain 5 and Millennium 1. Josh Rojas leading off for Millennium in the 6th, and he grounds the first one foul over on the first base side. Rojas, Diggs, and Tanucci for the Tigers in the 6th inning. Millennium trailing 5-1. The 1-strike pitch. Near the outside corner, a strike, and it's 0-2. Rojas called out on strikes in the first inning and then reached on an error on a fly ball into left field that was misplayed. And the 0-2 bounced in, and it's a ball and 2 strikes. Now the 1-2. And a fly ball into center field. Jacoby back a couple of steps, and he's under it for the catch, and there's one away.
Hey girls, turn around.
Now A.J. Diggs, the shortstop for the Tigers. He's hit a couple of fly balls out to Goldfarb and right, 0 for 2 today. And a ground ball over to third, picked up there by Greer. And a throw on to first base, and that's in time. 5-3 on the ground out. And there's 2 away. Yeah, Mike Tanucci, the first baseman, he bats with the bases empty and 2 away. 8 in a row retired by Calvin Boyd, and in fact, you can obviously do the math then. The last guy to reach is this guy, Tanucci. It was a walk to lead off the 4th. And they fouls the first one off for strike 1. Now the wind and the 1-strike pitch. And a high pop up in the infield, playable. Greer and Wheaton. And it is Greer that stays with it to make the catch, and it's a quick. We go to the bottom of the 6th. Tigers trail the Wolves 5-1. Parker McKenzie, the new pitcher for Millennium. And first pitch, hunting Luke Troy with a fly ball to left field. And that's caught for the first down. And Nicholas Carrera for the Wolves. And that ball comes inside. That hits Carrera, and it deflects and actually the plate umpire. So Carrera goes to first base, and the batter will be Jeff Chin. Now McKenzie with a set. And the first pitch high for ball 1. Next pitch low, 2 balls and no strikes. Bottom of the 6th inning, Desert Mountain leading Millennium 5-1. Wolves trying to finish off a perfect 4-0 in pool play. And the 2-0 pitch low and outside, 3 balls and no strikes. A bunch of crooked numbers for Kyle Bradish, the starting pitcher for Millennium, as that one is over for a strike to Jeff Chandler. Unofficially, Bradish goes 5 innings, allows 4 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 hit batters. And a toss to first base, and the runner dives back. And a 3-1, and that misses for ball 4. So after a fly ball begins the inning, a hit batter and now a walk. And Desert Mountain's got 2 aboard in the bottom of the 6th inning for Corey Wheaton. Wheaton with a double and a run in the 2nd inning, and then a ground ball to end the 4th. And a swing and a miss for a strike. And a set. The 1-strike pitch. And it's outside, 1-1. Carrera at second, Chandler at first with 1 out in the home half of the 6th inning. Desert Mountain leading by a score of 5-1. The 1-1 pitch. And a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Millennium will send up 5, 6, and 7 in the order in the top of the 7th inning. The 1-2 fouled off on the left side. Now the set and the 1-2 pitch. And that ball hammered out to right field. And that's going to go up to the fence. Carrera will score. Chandler being waved around. And Chandler ends up stopping there at third base. Carrera scores on the play, though. It's an RBI double from Corey Wheaton. And it's a run in for Desert Mountain in the 6th inning to make it 6-1. Pinch hitter for Desert Mountain. Cam Hart takes a turn, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Second and third with 1 out, a run in for the Wolves to make it 6-1. And the 0-1 pitch is high, 1 ball and 1 strike. The set for McKenzie in the 1-1. And the pitch outside, 2-1. Next pitch low, 3-1. Looks like Cody Erickson will be called back, and we'll get another pinch hitter. Here's a swing and a miss, and it's 3-2. And the 3-2 pitch. And that's low for ball 4, and that'll load the bases. So Hart walks. And the batter is Ryan Riggs. Base is full for the Wolves with 1 out, and the first one to Riggs, and that hit him. Just got a piece of him, but that'll force in a run. Chandler scores on the play. 2 runs in for the Wolves in the 6th inning. And it's 7-1. And I think another pinch hitter for Desert Mountain. And we will get another new hitter. Thomas Wright will bat. So Wright gets a chance with the bases loaded and 1 out. And the first pitch low for ball 1. The 1-0 pitch. And that's fouled off, and it's 1-1. Wheaton at third, Hart at second, Riggs at first. 1 out in the Wolves' 6th inning. They've scored twice to make it 7-1. And McKenzie with the 1-1. And that's over for a strike. It's 1-2. And a breaking ball bounced in there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two and 2 the count. And that's off the handle into left field and down for a hit, and it's going to go off the glove of the left fielder, and that's going to bring in a couple of runs. Desert Mountain would have scored at least 1. I don't know if they would have got that second one as Reimer came in, and actually I don't think it's Reimer out there in left field anymore. A change out there in left for Millennium. But it's an RBI single, and then an E7 to bring in the second run, and we get a Millennium timeout playing in the 6th. 4 runs across in the inning for Desert Mountain, and they lead 9-1. And Millennium makes a pitching change as Seth Nash is on the pitch, and there's a line drive that's out into left center field, and this might be the ball game as 1 run will come in, another one comes in, and it's a walk-off run rule win for Desert Mountain. A 2-run single for Jacob Goldfarb as he greets Seth Nash rudely, I guess, as Goldfarb comes through with a 2-run single in the 6th inning, and Desert Mountain scores 6 times in the 6th, and they take care of Millennium, a final score of 11-1. Millennium manages just 1 run and 1 hit in the ball game. They commit 1 error, And Millennium leaves 3 runners on base for Desert Mountain. 6 runs. I make it 11 runs, I beg your pardon. 11 runs on the ball game. And they do it on only 7 base hits. They commit 3 errors. And they leave 4 runners on base. So with the win, Desert Mountain goes to 4-0 in pool play. And Millennium falls to 1-2. The Tigers will get a chance to go again in just a little while as they will face the Notre Dame Saints. That's coming up here in just a little while. But our final score in this one, Desert Mountain beats Millennium by a final score of 11-1. And that does it from Desert Ridge High School in Mesa. Todd Garbison for Southwest Sports Network saying so long. We'll talk to you again soon.